Better PvP Clans is here, and it has been out for over a week now. And in this video, I'm going to talk about my experience, thoughts, and a bunch of other things about the game so far. Clans is still Clans, an open world game where you can build your base, fight with 6 custom classes to choose from, and even potentially raid another enemy clan. But there's also an entire profession system, an auction house, dungeons, raids, world events, wilderness world events, free kits, custom crafting, attuning, reforging, skill trees, mounts, broken legends. The game is reshifting its focus from cat and mouse base PvP and is branching into a direction of a grindy progression-based game. PvP is no longer the required focus of the game, but is rather a side element of little importance unless you force it upon another clan. For me, this was very cool, because I believe in this future for a game like Clans. It's no question that the PvP side of Minecraft will and has been dying down day by day, and where it will never fully die, catering a game to new players who are uninterested in 1.8.9 Minecraft combat in 2026 can only be more of a help than a hurt to an aspiring server. The reason I'm talking on this specifically so much is because for the first 3 to 4 days of me playing this game, all I did was focus on the grinding aspects, being mining, wood cutting, and, well, not fishing. I didn't really do fishing. Not only was I interested in progressing into these systems, but because the clan size limit is still 8 players, I kinda couldn't fight even if I wanted to for the first few days of the game. And this is where I'll begin to talk about my experience. When the server kicked off, I was a little late to the party, but I had a very small clan. It was pretty much just me and my 2 friends, and with those numbers, we pretty much couldn't fight or access fields very much unless we just wanted to get chased back to our base. This was kind of annoying because we wanted to experience some of the new world events at fields and also just be able to roam properly as a clan without being so outnumbered. Unfortunately, as we knew, and as we know, this is just the nature of the game, and it's merely just a core-related issue that just can't be fixed. But we had to make do, so we focused on building into the professions in the game so we could start to engage in the custom items and crafting portion of the game. And what we noticed from the very beginning was that we really couldn't obtain like any of that stuff. Part of this issue was on our end and not being familiar with some of the recipe book, but also a lot of items were locked behind events and dungeons that we couldn't access without a dungeon token. This forced us to build into the professions even more so we could have the ability to unlock a dungeon token. Once we got our squad on and started doing some of the dungeons, it felt like we were more part of the game again. We became pretty rich for what we were comfortable with, and dying to someone wasn't really a problem at that point. That was when we started to actually go and take some fights as a team, trying to go to some of the world events, because most of the time we were just going to lose anyway, but it was fine to at least do some stuff and know that it wasn't just making us go, like, bankrupt. I was then invited to do the Charles Witherton raid with the clan Dumplings, and at that point, I was able to experience every PvE-related event, besides, like, one world event. And this raid was actually very fun with these guys. We came in pretty stacked and did it a few times, like, really quickly. And my thoughts. I mean, at the end of the day, the game is still Clans. You know, people claimed all around fields, people running around cheating, you know, outnumbered fights, all that stuff. Like, that is still in the game, and it's still part of the game. If it wasn't for all the PvE related elements and activities and grinding and stuff like that, I don't think I'd be very interested in playing the game at all, and I probably wouldn't be on making this video at all. And where it's day 9 in the game and I'm not really doing much of that stuff anymore, I'm kind of still scratching a bit of the PvP itch, I should say, by just, like, you know, running around and doing stuff. You know, I do think that PvE and grinding stuff is still important, because it is still cool to do a lot of that stuff, to try to get some loot, you know, maybe some legendaries or whatever it is. Like, that's important, and that's something that will do better for the server, if anything, you know, with, you know, future generations playing Minecraft in the game and stuff, you know. I do really think this game's messing up a little bit by still catering it to this, community, this PvP-sided community, where a lot of people are cheating and, like, trying to focus on a lot of that stuff, because, yes, it's fun, it can be fun, but there's just so many people cheating, and there's so many things that are just, like, pretty bad with it still, that it's just like, why even have any form of focus on any of this? Like, this should just, you know, like, the core on its own, I feel like, is just, it's just kind of flopped. I don't know. I won't go more into it. I'm sure I've gone into this in that last Mineplex Clans is Doomed video that I did a little while ago. But for what it's worth, I can still enjoy the game when I have some friends on. We try to go do some stuff, even if we're taking fights and just dying to whoever it may be. You know, we can still make it work and still have a good time, which I think is very enjoyable. I'm interested to see how some of the, like, power creep stuff starts when it comes to, like, people having a lot more rares, a lot more legends, and just seeing how people abuse that stuff when it comes to just people roaming around. Because once you have a lot of stuff, your end game stuff isn't really to continue to do those raids. Like, you still can, but realistically it's to just try to go and fight and raid people. Yo, Brute, Let me get a rare. Oh, wait, yeah. Yes. Now it's fair. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. I'm taking a fight. Let's see. I'm gonna get absolutely rolled by this kid. Wait, I'm the GOAT! Yeah, I'll give him his rare back. Oh, yo! No, bro! Alright, so I lost a soup and a sword in that engagement there, unfortunately. Unless this guy could just, like, kill everyone. Oh, somebody else killed someone. Wait, let me get a sword. Maybe I come back. Alright, that guy's gone. Alright, unfortunate. I'm sorry I lost your rare. Well, yeah, whatever. Got off track, but the game is still cool. It's still fun. Whether you have or have not played it so far, I'm sure you guys have your opinions and stuff on it. My passion for it has just kind of died down. I just kind of play it for fun, and I think that's fine, and I think I have the ability to do so with just being able to have a lot of kits and have a lot of fights and be able to do a lot of stuff. You know, I do want to give a big props to the dev team, because if you guys don't know, on my side of things, I've actually been doing like some like videos for them, or at least was doing some videos for them. I did like the trailer for the server. I was doing some other little shorts and stuff, trying to, like, you know, helping them out and stuff like that. And I've talked to a lot of them, and I've tested some stuff within the last like few months, and, you know, kind of helped with a lot of those other elements that I was talking about earlier. And so I hope, for the sake of them continuing to develop this game and whatever they're trying to do with it, I hope it continues to succeed for whatever it is. And it's a bit of like a PR answer, but like, it's low-key true. Like, I've talked to a lot of them, and they're low-key cool, and I just, you know, I hope for the best. I, at this time, do not personally plan to make any more Clans videos right now. I think it's fun to just jump in the game and do some stuff, but in terms of the way I used to do things, I'm probably not going to be doing that anymore. Unless I have something that I do want to talk about. That's really all I like doing with this channel, at least with Clans and stuff. I still like to edit, so I'll probably like throw more Valorant montages up and stuff, because that stuff is fun for me to edit. And but like, if I find anything else to do, you know, I will. But I guess that's it. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments on Discord, anything like that. You know, anything else. This is kind of just like a wing it part of the video here that I'm just trying to throw on and try to get this video out before it's too, you know, before it's just like way too late in the week. Hope you guys are all well, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.